self up here.
Oh yeah.
Alright, it's time.
Hi, Bluna.
Also, even when we beat this game, there's like a dog update we don't have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember we were looking at it, and it was like...
A dog cafe?
It had like an added dog update, and we were looking at it on Steam, and I don't remember why, because you weren't like in a bad mood that day, but I know you were stressed about something, and you were like, I'm just gonna buy the cat version, and I was like, really? The dog update's like $3 more, and you were like, yeah, just the cat version.
Oh, I don't have no memory. I remember me saying just the regular version, but I can't remember knowing that there was a dog version.
Yeah.
But anyway,
or maybe you looked at the bonus, like, because it was like an extra edition.
Yeah, I thought
and maybe
it just
you
had
only
the
had
music.
Soundtrack. No, there was a dog patch.
I thought I think I was looking at the deluxe one that had like the music and stuff.
Yeah. So. If I remember correctly, what we need to do is get the witches happier.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a cat cafe IRL?
Only the one in Buffalo.
Yeah. I've been to that one too. I went with Tina and Cheska, actually.
Root beers and cherry.
I have been to a cat cafe. I have also been to a dog cafe. When I visited Tina and Cheska in South Korea, they took me to a dog cafe.
That seems like it would be chaos.
And it was so funny, because a cat cafe, cats have variety, right?
Yeah.
But mostly, like, they just have varying lengths of fur and different colors, right? Ultimately, they're all pretty much the same size,
Yeah.
It was so funny, because I remember distinctly that there was a Great Dane at this dog cafe, and then also a Yorkie. So, like, the smallest dog and, like, the largest dog. And
Hello.
the Great Dane was so nice, it, like, wanted to sit on you, even though it was, like, the size of a pony. And then the Yorkie was, like, so mean, like, if you looked at it, it would start, like, growling at you.
I realize I should start looking more and more at, like, what each person is feeling, so I know if we need to get something for them. I think most important is getting the witches to be happy, because you use that for, like, the most stuff.
You know what? I can see there. He loves the toilet.
Yep.
He loves that toilet.
And, like, he hasn't even ordered yet or talked anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Yeah.
So there's 3 of 8 cats.
Biscuits and gravy. Oh yeah, this girl knows what's up.
I don't know if we can make that yet.
Hell yeah. It's delicious.
She hates the rugs.
You have 3 of 8 cats.
But she
Her
likes...
desire.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay, bathroom made her happy.
She's satisfied with the toilet. That guy loves the chair up there.
Alright. You're important. Okay, so we got cats.
The toilets.
We need more plants. Social, toilet, herbal tea. Okay.
Oh, is 8 not the number of cats, but the number of points in which that the cats have?
For her.
Because you do not have 8 cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some of them have higher levels for witches.
So the punk girl, like, she was unsatisfied, but it's because you didn't have enough cats with the punk score.
Yeah. You want them.
I just imagine coming into this cat cafe in real life and then you being led down this zigzagging spiral of hallways that lead to this back room.
Alright, we don't have what you want yet. But if you just bide with us while we make the witches happy, then everything will work out.
It'll be fine.
Which amount? Why did they go down? Oh, maybe that cat doesn't have the right levels.
Oh, maybe.
So it cut it down. But everything except the social and the plants have made her happy.
Okay.
Okay, so the scores, like, matter.
So I must have was I drawing something at the end of the last time we played this?
Yeah,
I do not remember you building that room at all. I don't know what that glass thing is there.
That's
like,
what Bonner gave me when I was talking to all the people.
Yeah, I must have been drawing a picture or something. Luna, you are losing so much fur. Also, you have like hella dandruff right now.
Yeah, I really want to order that brush that they have on Amazon where you like click the button and it goes like whoosh.
We gotta give her a bath. Oh, she doesn't like that. She got away. She walked away when I said.
I mean, we could because I do want you to cut my hair tomorrow,
okay.
which won't take long because it's not that much. I just would rather be clean, you know. So we could like cut my hair and then bathe Luna.
Yeah. Hello. Oh, Harmony, I read your comic, but hold on, I'll wait and see what all those letters are about first before I... A Stranger Things interview? Okay. I feel like those are usually pretty funny. Like, the cast...
They're very personable kids.
I feel like the cast also all get along with each other really well, so they're very, like, fun to watch for stuff like that. Like, they're all very,
we need lettuce!
Wow, lettuce!
But, like, the witches were happy, so, like, we're already doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We're almost out of milk. So.
Keep the witches happy. You're also almost out of coffee.
No!
And one of the cast members was like, if you've been watching the show, you know Willie's ... Well, you'll just find out. Gay confirmed. I think... Did that already happen in the show? I feel like I saw a spoiler where they were like, it was really important that, like, Will, like, came out to his brother or something, or is that just somebody making, like, a statement about what they were thinking?
Oh, the coffee machine broke down!
I mean, I still haven't watched the newest season yet.
We're out of milk? Why is everything...
Ian's struggling.
I'm panicking!
He's panicking. Store ownership.
Alright, we need milk and strawberries, but Finley wants to say Mateo keeps forcing me to make theme songs to his bad ideas. He's working on something he calls Cat's Backyard Wrestling. Yo, that sounds sick as hell.
I know! Well, the problem is... Oh, sorry, I just hit the microphone. Yeah. I honestly hadn't watched it because I didn't know if you would want to watch it with me, which means we'd have to rewatch.
Because, yeah, it's been like 5 years.
So we'd have to rewatch it. So I haven't watched it because I didn't know if Ian would want to watch it with me. I mean, I could just watch it, but Ian's home all the time, so that means he would inevitably see it. So if he did want to catch up...
Wait, what did I say we needed?
He would get it spoiled. You need milk. It says right there. But yes, hello. And I read the comic for today, and I just have to say, I thought it was really funny because Ian and I read it simultaneously, and Ian finished it like 10 seconds before I did, and he just looked at me and he said, that last panel was like the straightest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, what? And then I got to it, and they were like, Mason, she needs help, he needs help, they need help, I don't know. That's so good. He's just like the lovable, Drew is just like the lovable.
Oh, so good.
There you go. +3 to witches, hell yeah. But he's just like the lovable, you know, cis friend that's just trying the best, but he's kind of stupid. He's kind of dumb, you know, but like he'll get there. I feel like he's gonna have a really big character growth arc, I feel, you know?
You don't have to veil it. I know you're talking about me.
What? No. Oh, but yeah, it was good. It was a good chapter. I thought it was cool. Ian and I were talking about what was his name? The new character? Emilio?
Emilio?
Is that the new character's name? How we really liked his character design, and we were like, we really feel like you can see Harmony's like style like evolving with the new characters that get introduced. You can like see the you know, the growth each time.
Alright. Plants plus?
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm just like, I'm definitely the type of person that just loves also like big sad secrets between, oh my god, the cheerleaders. I was saying to Ian, I was like, I love how the first two cheerleaders are so generic, and then the last one is like anime superhero goddess that just shows up and is like, she's so fabulous. But I was gonna say I'm like a sucker for the plots of like the big sad secret that characters have between each other.
Yeah.
And so I just can't wait for like Liam's story stuff to
you need to read the Infernal Devices. It's made
I know I would like it. Okay? It's not a matter of knowing and thinking I wouldn't like it. I know I would like it. I just gotta sit down. Maybe I'll add that when I'm on this reading kick, and that'll be the next.
Oh, hi, Luna. Welcome.
Luna does not want to sit with me. Oh. She doesn't want to sit with you either, apparently. she like stuck her head up, and then Ian moved to let her sit there, and she just went and like got down back on the ground.
But yeah, like the whole thing about the Infernal Devices is that that's like one character's whole thing for 3 novels.
Yeah. And I don't know if you are actually ever going to read the Locked Tomb series, but the outcome of the Locked Tomb series, the two characters that are like in love with each other, it's just so tragic. It's just so tragic, but I keep reading and holding out hope that something's gonna change.
I mean, that's like my thing is tragedy. More seats, toilet tech.
Hi, Luna. Luna's right here. You can't really see her, but he's sitting with Ian.
Unlocks litter box 5000.
Oh, that sounds fancy. I don't even know. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't know if you should unlock more food because then they're gonna start asking for it.
No, they ask for it anyways.
Oh. You know what? At least you know you can make the fisherman happy.
I bought another plant too to make the witches happier.
I like how you're like, just make the witches happy. Strawberry milkshake requires strawberries.
I'm waiting for the witches to give me money so I can buy that.
Ah.
We also need ham.
Chapter 10 is the big finale of this arc, and it's called Friends. Oh. Maybe the cosplay was the friends we made along the way, right?
Maybe the friends were the cosplay we made along the way.
Is that how it would go? I don't actually know. Sorry if I'm... Sorry, this is gross. I'm gonna be like...
Yeah, Ronnie's
taking care of my nose. I don't know. I got like a cold. Actually, I think Ian gave me this cold because Ian was sick like last
but
week.
it didn't hit me like it hit you. Like,
yeah, it's really weird. I mean, I don't feel that bad.
I was just kind of drowsy, and I'm like always kind of pissy, so you can never tell if I'm annoyed or if I'm sick.
He's just always kind of cranky all the time. Alright, Luna's just sitting on Ian's lap, just staring at the ground, like, what if my life choices led me here? Luna, we love you, Miss Flufa.
So we need to unlock the Italian sub sandwich for this lady.
So for dinner tonight, I made kimchi and pork fried rice, but as I was almost done making it, I realized that we didn't have any soy sauce, which is a main component for fried rice, because it's what you use to make the rice like brown and crispy and give it that like salty flavor. So, which was not that much of a deal breaker because it was kimchi fried rice, so there's like kimchi juice in there already, and you know, you had the sesame oil and everything to put in there. And I did put a little bit of butter on the rice to hopefully make them like brown up a little bit and still give it some like flavor without the soy sauce. And I think it came out pretty good. And then I topped my portion, at least, that I ate with some furikake, which is the, you know, the rice seasoning that you can get. And it was really good. I thought it was good, at least.
I liked it.
It was good.
I do remember I finished section 3 of Duolingo today, and when you were like talking to me about the soy sauce and just about like recipe cooking, I was like taking a French test, and I was like,
I was just like, I think all I said was I don't have soy sauce, and then I was like, it's not like that to the world, but like I don't know what to.
Duolingo has implemented this new section where at the end you take a test, which isn't weird. But they've you take a test and you don't know if you got the questions right or wrong. And you can't pass if you don't get a certain amount right. But then if you get far enough into it, they'll be like, let's test you on some stuff you have never seen before in Duolingo to see how your brain works. I got an 80.
Okay, that's good, I'm assuming?
That's good, yeah. I'm almost 1/4 of the way done with Duolingo.
Got some Luna fur trapped in your chin scruff. But yeah. So I made kimchi fried rice for dinner, and we're kind of...
Yeah, but it depends on the course you're taking, because the ones that are, I can't remember what it's called. It's a European framework for language. Duolingo tries to orient their lessons with that in mind. So like hopefully if you had passed a certain amount of classes in Duolingo, you would be at like a 2A or whatever.
Gotcha.
In the languages.
Yeah.
But languages that are very difficult, like Hungarian, with not a lot of speakers, they don't have those added yet. And they didn't add it for French until about 2 years ago.
I was just, oh god.
I was gonna say, I think Korean was one of the more popular ones on it. Because
maybe.
Because K-pop was taken off at the time in the West.
Yeah, I'm sure Korean is really popular on Duolingo. But I was just going to say part of the reason I cooked that meal tonight is because I was trying to use up ingredients that we had in the fridge so that it wouldn't be sitting there for the whole
I'm sure they're working on Thai.
They gotta have... I mean, I think they have a... Oh, hold on. Before I speak, I was like, I think they have even, like, Kyrgyz on there. But maybe I have to get about Google Translate, actually. Duolingo's like, oh, you haven't opened this app.
It's gonna tell me in a second.
It's so long. No, thank you. I do not want to try Duo.
Yo, I finished Marianne last night. It was so good. I can't fucking believe Netflix finished it.
Yeah, try to watch without subtitles. Heck yeah.
Or Netflix didn't renew it.
I feel like Thai has a lot of boys' love stories too. Thailand.
Why? I mean, not like I guess.
I mean, they're kind of.
Why them in particular?
They've always been a little more. I mean, Thailand has always been like crazy progressive with that kind of. I mean, okay, we will talk about just really quick the toxic side of Thailand, where a lot of tourists go there to sleep with the lady boys. It's like a big thing. But Thailand was always really big on like a third gender. Always really big on like, what's wrong with the cat?
I think they just want to be pet.
I've never seen it happen before though. Never had the cats panic.
Hello?
Ah!
No, didn't work. You scared them. Okay, you gotta get your cat calming skills
Yeah,
up.
I've never had to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, they got Klingon on Duolingo. I didn't know that.
Hey, come back. Come back!
Interesting.
Yo.
Okay.
But yeah, if like Thai is not already on there, it's gonna be soon,
Yeah,
I
it's
bet.
not. Yeah. They actually didn't have as many languages as I thought they would, so I don't know. I mean, they got the big ones, obviously, on Duo, but... One of the first places to be open about top-bottom surgeries, people identifying
Oh.
differently from the cisgender. Yes, being open about different orientations. Yeah,
Go Thailand.
They've always been more open about that kind of stuff, but then of course, when people came over from outside of Thailand, they kind of like took advantage of that and warped it to their own things. But they're still a very like progressive society about that kind of stuff. And it was like, I don't know. Thailand's a pretty cool place. Yeah, with the weird fetishes, they brought that over to Thailand, and now people kind of associate Thailand with those, but that's not really what it was originally. That was the outsiders bringing their fetishes to, you know, the country. Like, they had some aspects of it, but really it's the outsiders.
I mean, like, this is gonna get weird, because actually this is something I want to read more on. This is like abnormal psychology. I don't even know if that's the right word, but like, I think like all humans is just like naturally developed fetishes based on your upbringing.
Maybe.
But like you can have
they
really,
say,
really toxic ones.
Like Christian girls, people
Yeah.
it said they become very freaky,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
But like, then there's like the ones where you're like, just leave.
Yeah, just leave. Get out. Exactly, yeah.
Finley asked me my favorite kind of music, which is probably angry and frantic.
I was gonna say, of those options, probably angry and frantic is your
Word? I would have taken you for the
Word.
type. That's cool though. Let's that pent up energy out. Don't you think? It's like a sauce in your brain is like rice.
Yeah.
Sauce and rice. Like if jazz was curry,
Oh, hell yeah.
would it be okay if I poured some sauce on your brain rice for you listen to a new song of mine? I actually recorded that piece I was working on earlier and sent it to Harmony.
Oh, nice.
Which it came out okay. Like I'm still working on getting it to flow very smoothly, but you can hear like the whole waltz in there.
Yeah. See, I saw Luna sitting back here. I had to give her a little dance.
Okay. Her music improved. What do I think? Professional.
Well, why didn't you tell her that it felt like it was missing something, because that's what it said.
Because that would... This is the thing that annoys me about my mom, is like, I'll show her something I've been working on, and then instead of her being like, good job, she'll be like, I enjoyed it, but I noticed these 5 problems.
Oh. See, I always feel bad, because I feel like when you send me stuff to look at, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, it's good. And then I feel like though you want like a little bit more. Like you want me to be like, it's good, but I feel like if you had added a little more embellishment in this paragraph, it would really like make it...
I do want that.
But it also feels weird because everybody's writing style is different, so who am I to say, like, if I feel like, a little more embellishment would make it better? That doesn't necessarily mean that it would be true for everybody, because it's all about personal preference.
Finley Food Bowl. But yeah. No, I mean, like, I like... Well, because, like, usually I'm using you or other people to bounce my
You
work
heard
off
it, everybody. He's using me.
Of course. To bounce my ideas off, like, to see if it's good before I submit it somewhere. I really want to get your cat witch power up to 8. I think the witches want 8.
Yeah.
I really need to get the Italian sub recipe.
Seems like people want that and fish and chips. Is that what that is?
I think so. But if I get the Italian sub recipe, it'll make the witches happy.
Yeah.
We need to get my pet needs up.
Cat care. Yeah, honestly, if I still feel like this tomorrow, I'm not gonna want to deal with people in the office.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be, like, angry.
But yeah, if I get the sub recipe, then I'll be able to make the witches happy, and I'll be able to get more stuff in return for that.
Yeah. I like how, fresh fish, because it's a ingredient for fried fish.
Yeah.
You could also just have a day where you have only witches come in.
Yeah, but we don't have the stuff to make them happy, so we get less from it.
Well, I just mean, like, even if you got... With less of the other customers, I think more witches will come in.
Yeah.
So, because I think they send as many customers as can fill the seats. Ooh.
It's a tie because, like, I get to see John, but I also get to see all the other boys. And they're like, they've met each other, but they don't hang out together. Like, John's, like, the weird one that I met outside of our friend group that I'm really good friends with. So I'm excited to see both of them.
It's funny because the thing I was gonna say is seeing Tina and Cheska.
Yeah.
so we're not even excited necessarily for things specific to the area, but just the people that we're going to see.
I'm very excited for food.
I'm very excited for food too. Honestly, if I had to pick a thing I'm most excited for, it's the boba floats.
Yeah.
The boba floats, the bubble tea floats from the ice cream store, but yeah, the thing I'm most excited about is to see Tina and Cheska again. I just love seeing them in person.
So we want gold. We're good on vagabond stuff.
You already didn't have them coming, so you just put them back on. Because you don't even
We have
use
so
that
much
stuff.
fish.
Yeah. So much fish. You have a lot of jewels. I mean, you use that for furniture and stuff, I think. It's like that and gold to buy stuff.
Let's just do these two for now.
Yeah. See what happens. Snack for you. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to try the bubble tea floats from the ice cream store, Lake Effect. In our hometown. I mean, obviously we're excited for chicken wings, but I don't know, for me that's not the thing I'm most excited about. Obviously, I'm very excited for it, but it's not like, you know, the thing I'm thinking about every day. And also, probably in top running for what I'm most excited about is that I won't have to answer a single goddamn email for a week, and I'll be so happy.
I like how neither of us are like, yo, I'm really excited to see my family.
My mom is gonna pick me up from the airport, so it's and you'll see her too.
Why won't you go on the back wall? I hate you. Alright, here's my idea.
I like how you just have all this stuff. Why don't you just make it bigger?
That requires me to think.
Okay. Sure, there you go. You did a little Tetris.
Yeah.
You did a little Tetris. Yeah, I mean, I talk to my mom at least once a week on the phone. Like, either she would call me or I would call her. At least. And then my dad, I don't call him as much, but that's because he just, like, kind of doesn't care. So, I'll call him, like, once a month, maybe. But she does. She comes to watch the stream, exactly. So we are in pretty constant communication. We're in the family group text. We had a fun time yesterday in the group chat where my sister and my mom were alternating. They were having a battle of who was going to change the pic for the group chat. I don't know if anybody else has this experience with their family.
My family doesn't talk to me.
With their family group chats, but sometimes my sister will like to throw a comical photo in for our family group chat. And that everybody's like, what the heck is that photo? And then my mom will put a different photo, and then they will go back and forth until we just end up with, like, what is the photo right now, actually? I don't even know. Because it changed so many times. No, they changed it to a very nice picture of all of us, actually, from the last time that they came down to Atlanta to visit. So right now, it's a pretty normal photo. So... glitching out for a second. But yes, definitely that's on the to-do list. Bugs Bunny? No, I think the picture, the first one that my sister put, it was like this very creepy looking white family that all, you know, like those JCPenney photos where they're all just kind of standing very robotically and smiling at the camera. And we were all like, we're a white family, but like, who are these people? Why are there pictures?
Are the cats stressed?
And my sister was just like, I just thought it was funny, and we were like, okay. And then my mom like switched it to a picture of my grandma chugging out of this 2-liter of iced tea from our one family trip in February that we took, and then my sister changed it to something else, and then they just went back and forth changing to these different photos, and then I guess they just ended up with a normal family photo of us. So not that exciting, but but Ian makes fun of how often my family group chat goes off.
I'd be so stressed.
My family group chat is pretty constant. There's pretty constantly always something happening in there. I don't always respond to all of them, because sometimes they are not even addressing me. There's just my mom and my sister talking to each other.
Yeah.
But But yeah, we gotta pick where we want to get food the first day.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to say, I don't, like, I really do want to go to the penalty box just for that barbecue pizza, but that's not, like, a good place to eat. It's just, like, a little bar, right?
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be Duff's, obviously, that we're gonna go to.
I mean, Duff's is right near the airport.
Yeah.
It's a chicken wing.
My parents can get there easily. My dad likes driving, my mom is not much on driving.
Yeah?
We gotta go to Elmo's.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot, so that we're gonna squeeze into this week. So I might come back. Honestly, I didn't take off. I should have just taken off the Friday after we get back, because I didn't. And my thought process was, I won't do, like, a lot of work, but I'll, like, look through some emails, and then that way, next week when I go back, officially, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling on Friday I'm gonna open my computer and be like, fuck. This why?
My brain just broke. Anyways, this guy always tells funny stories. I'm actually gonna read this one.
Okay.
Carla Laws, an old friend of mine. I reckon the two of you are getting along. You're both lovable weirdos. Okay, he's just never.
That's it. He just thinks you're a lovable weirdo.
Aren't I?
Me too. I also think that. This lovable little weirdo. And look at how many points you got
Yeah.
from just having.
Well, I
purchased
bought
it.
the sandwich too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think if you do just like a couple days of that, though, you'll have enough supplies. Chonker!
Look at this absolute unit!
Luna, they're talking about you! They're talking about you!
But Tree Hugger is so much better.
Yeah, plant score. Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be home.
Yeah.
Part of me is tempted. I really want a Bison's, like baseball jersey.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I might as well just go there and buy one there.
From the stadium?
Yeah,
Where's the stadium again?
it's right by the casino.
Oh, okay. Steve.
Alright, we need cherries. We need coffee.
Bread. What's that? Tomato?
Yeah, for the sandwiches.
Dang, they're just eating through all of your resources. I really think this is how you're supposed to do it, though. You gotta, like,
I think
limit
so.
who's coming into the store so you can get the stuff that's only for them.
Trash?
You think you could get
Excuse me?
You think you could get a raccoon if you put the trash
Oh,
out?
that'd be sick.
That would be so funny. $4.20, baby!
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Can I take the order?
Hmm.
Excuse me!
And does he... Well, hold on, click on him.
No,
Or can you click on his, like, actual thing to, like, open up the menu thing?
yes.
Yeah. Ethan. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was, like, turned on, because I was like, is he standing there because he, like, doesn't have it activated?
Yeah.
But he's just standing there.
I really wish there was a Bison's game when we were home, but they're on their away tour during that.
Oh.
Nothing like going to the ballpark, eating one of those hot diggity dogs.
Yo, John, what's up?
We're just daydreaming about our vacation, and this game is very cute.
Yes, this is the Cat Cafe simulator maker. But it's so fun. But yeah, we were just talking about how we're going on vacation. We're leaving Thursday. Thursday through Thursday we'll be gone, and we're very excited to get away, go home, have some party times for the 4th of July, and then, you know, come back to the crushing reality of all of our responsibilities afterwards.
Yeah?
As you do once you're an adult.
So next I gotta get the fish and chips recipe.
Mm.
That's what people were ordering the most last time.
Yeah.
But look at how happy the witches are.
Look at how happy they are.
Plants. Chocolate sundae. She hasn't ordered yet, I think.
Oh. I was like, why is she upset with the cats? We have lots of witch cats now.
Yeah, but if the wrong cat sits on her, it like if it doesn't have a
Oh.
score, it does like a half score.
Gotta have like all witch cats, which is crazy.
Craft root
Fancy
beer.
drinks. I could go for a craft root beer.
Yeah, I love me some root beer. Stewing.
But I guess I'll just settle for this La Croix for now. You know, if I'm being honest, so I went to the bank today, which I have a couple stories from the bank. And as I was coming back, I honestly resisted so hard. I thought about going to McDonald's because I passed like 3 McDonald's and just getting like a couple of big fries and bringing them home, but I was like, no, I should try and continue to eat healthy until we leave because we're just gonna eat like absolute garbage
Yeah.
while we're on vacation. So
I
was
hope,
like,
Harmony, you're ready for just endless pictures of buffalo food.
So I was like, I should just try and be responsible. So I did not stop for French fries on the way home, even though I wanted to. I can't even remember the last time we went
No, it's been a while.
to McDonald's or any fast food place for that matter. Yeah, I'm so ready to eat though. I'm
For
so
real,
ready
I
to
know,
eat.
like, I just want to send people sponge candy and then make them record, like, their taste tests.
I love sponge candy. Yeah.
Alright, I can buy stuff for fish and chips.
You need a deep fryer.
I also need more. Alright, step 1. So, we'll go here.
There was one on the first one. Bar deep fryer? There's probably multiple kinds.
'Cause that's a tech one.
Yeah.
Hipster deep fryer, that's tech. Witch's stove?
What the heck is that?
Then, before we do anything else, we're gonna come back here, we're gonna go decorate mode.
Okay, your kitchen needs to be expanded
Yes.
a little bit. Okay.
What the heck is happening?
You're placing it one space back because you can't see the back, yeah. But anyway, while I was at the bank today, so the bank was popping. Everybody was at the
I was like, there's a bank holiday coming up. so-
Everybody was at the bank. It was crazy. I had to go to the bank, by the way, because our apartment
Yeah, this is stupid
complex
as fuck.
has switched ownership once again. And they decided that instead of setting up a new system, they decided to tell us this on Friday too, like at the end of the day on Friday. So I didn't.
They knew people would be pissed. They did it at the end of the day,
Yeah.
so no one could
I
contact
didn't even
them.
have like. I was like, what if they had done that? Like, and I had been left on vacation already. Like, what were they gonna do?
Well, they'd have to
like, they'd have to just be like, you don't have to pay rent
Yeah.
until you get back, kind of thing. But anyway, I had to go and get a cashier's check for our rent for next month because we were switching ownerships and they shut down our whole resident portal so they can't like accept the payment that I had set up for normal stuff. Anyway, so I was at the bank. And then while I was there was what I noticed was 2 things. One, there were 2 bank tellers in particular. I thought this was kind of weird or interesting. I don't know if they were doing this intentionally or it seemed like kind of passive aggressive. Where when the one bank teller would finish, the other girl, she would go and ask who was next in line and then bring the person over to the other bank teller.
That's not that sus.
And then when she finished, she would do the same thing where she brought somebody else over to her. But like, what I mean is, it just was weird because I feel like it was a very small waiting room. I feel like they could have just been like, "I'll take who's next," you know. But instead, they were like going out into the waiting room, like the 2 steps to the waiting room, and being like, "Go over to that lady."
Yeah, I mean, I
I
think
don't know.
that's a little more common because, like, they're probably higher ranking or, like, senior bank employees.
Maybe.
And usually they're not supposed, like, in a bank, it's much more strict who's on what till. Like, you can't have more than one person on tills and stuff because then if money just gets lost or something, and when they count it at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, I can't tell who might have stolen money because there's 3 people who use this till today, right?
I guess they weren't moving tills or locations or anything though. They're directing people to the other lady's desk.
That's what
I don't know.
I'm saying is like, it simplifies them not needing to do stuff like that.
Well, to me, it just seemed like the ladies were trying to be like, oh, are you done with that first customer? I'm sending you another one. Like, keep working.
They might
Like, that's
also-
what it seemed like.
They also might have been training.
Maybe. So anyways, that happened. And then the second thing that happened is there was a guy who I was definitely eavesdropping. He was at this, like, spot next to me. And he, like, came up. I was waiting for the lady to, like, rate my check or whatever that I needed. And he was like, hey, I need to open a new bank account. And they were like, do you already have a bank account with us? And he was like, yes, but I don't have the card for it. And they were like,
Or just
okay.
give you a new card, I
And he
guess.
was like, my wallet got stolen, apparently. And he was like, I don't have any other forms of identification for myself. Like, he didn't have, like,
Oh, okay. so
envelope or
super
anything.
sketch.
And they were like, the guy was like, okay, well, we could, like, he was like, just so you know, if you already have an account with us, you could just go online on your phone and make a new checking account right now. And the guy was like, no, I don't really want to do that. And we were like, okay. And so I guess what they do in that situation, if somebody is, like, adamant of opening up in person, they ask you a bunch of random questions and see if you can get them right. And what they do is they go like, tell me if you've ever owned any of these make or models of cars. And then he just went like, 2008 Camaro, 2010 Hyundai, 2012, and he just like named off a bunch of cars, and the guy was like, oh yeah, like I did have a 2008 Camaro, and he's like, okay, tell me if you ever lived at any of these addresses, and he like read off a bunch of addresses. And the guy was like, I've never lived at any of those addresses. And I was like, this is so... I don't know, I've never seen that process.
Sketch.
It's so random. But I guess that's how they open a new account for you.
But even if he got those right, I wouldn't give him a card without his passport or an ID or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It was I'm not saying that guy was doing something sketchy, but it was just...
I'm saying that guy was doing something sketchy.
It was just like a weird thing. And also, if you could just do it all online, why wouldn't you just go and
Well,
do
maybe
it
he's not
online?
tech savvy.
Maybe. He wasn't an older guy. He was a younger guy.
Yeah,
So-
but you know, if you don't have access to that stuff at home or whatever.
True. But anyway, so that's my bank story.
That was actually, it's a really big problem in schools with tech stuff is like, sometimes kids are like, schools are like, all of your homework you can do like on this website where they post the papers and stuff. You answer it like multiple choice.
Yep.
And then kids are like, well, I don't have a computer, I don't have a Kindle, I
Internet.
don't have a phone, I don't have internet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's a big problem because then it's like, well, I guess you could direct them to the library, but then they have to find a way to get to the library if they can't use like the school library after hours.
There's like a lot
and,
of
like-
stories of kids sitting in like McDonald's parking lots with their laptops.
Yeah, then you do it at school or sit in a parking lot somewhere with a...
Yeah, but like if the school, like, okay, so you get homework at school, right? And then you're like, yeah, I'll do it in the study hall. What if you're on the football team? Because then you have all your classes, then you have sports practice, and no one's staying at the school until like 6 or 7 p.m.
This is why... This is a thing that I think,
It was why we
right?
need to emulate Korea's internet.
Print out a screenshot of the webpage exactly. Well, what did you say?
I said emulate Korean internet.
Yes, I mean, that would be great, where all internet is free. All internet is free,
There's, like, a
all
basic
internet
level,
is the best. Like, and then you'll know for sure you'll have it at home, so then if the school does, like, one of those laptop
Keyboard just
trade-in
stopped working for a
programs...
second?
The computer?
The keyboard. Everything else
Oh.
is working. I just couldn't move.
It seems like the stream is still good at everything, at least from here.
Like I was trying to give this lady her milkshake and I couldn't move at all.
But yeah, anyway, I think internet should be free, and I think schools should give free laptops and stuff to students.
Oh yeah. Well, they're actually. So when I did my student teaching at the Buffalo Academy of Science, which had the highest test scores in Buffalo, which it still got closed because charter schools fucking suck. Never go to a charter school. Don't do it. Don't send your kids there. Don't trust anyone. Anyways, one of the things they did was that if you graduated from the Buffalo Academy of Science, you got to keep the Chromebook they gave you for doing your homework.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if I ever have to work at like I would honestly be homeless before I worked at a charter school again.
Yeah.
One of the worst experiences of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember Becca, but she, like, 3 years ago texted me, again, this was like 2 years after we graduated, she's like, I still have nightmares about this.
Yeah.
Why, if it ain't Ian, me favorite cat herder, you should be proud, I know at least 3. Find his cheerful voice isn't matched by his pained expression.
Oh no!
How are you holding up on there? Ah, your canny is your granny, nothing could get past her. Got in a bit of row with my hubby Gavin. No!
Oh no!
Not during Pride Month.
That old man's got a tongue like a viper.
Told me to quit my job as a ferryman. I already gave up the whole wide open sea for the men. I took to give up my tiny trifling river. Wait till you hear why. I've grown forgetful, dangerously so, according to him. Hogwash and balderdash. Sounds like he's worried.
What did you eat for breakfast yesterday? Sounds so patronizing.
It hurts more. I hate worrying him. Sometimes I forget things, and I have more trouble focusing on things lately, but I can't quit my job over that. There's a thought I've been having, Ian. I only ever told you, Graham. I love Caterwaul, I love Gavin, but sometimes I dream of escape and return to a life of adventure and uncertainty. It's like that Frank Turner song about missing drugs. In fact, I bet leaving would clear my head up right away.
Oh no.
Oh, this piece of quiet made my brain go soft. What do you say? I'm not making this decision for you.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot. Yeah, you should honestly listen to your husband, though.
I'll have to make the old ceasefire mimosa.
Hell yeah. Aquarium! There you go.
You know what? We got space for it right here.
You know what?
Alright, go to town. Oh, we need to stop. Need some bread. Some coffee. And well, that's pretty good on everything else. So, these are expensive. Pancakes? Cheese bread.
Has anybody been asking for any of these things?
No, but it's only because we only have 2 people coming in right now.
Ah.
We have your tea recipe, Harmony?
Harmony tea! Oh.
I'm gonna do cheese platter, though.
Because you like a cheese platter? You don't really like cheese.
No,
you
but
just
I
like
think
the meat part.
I think the witches would like that.
Ah.
I like certain kinds of cheese, but I'm just not... Like, I think everything has more cheese on it than it should, except for pizza.
Ian's like pizza is the most perfect creation that mankind has ever had the honor to construct.
Yo, pizza oven, though, back home.
Yeah? Get that?
Hi, Mateo.
I always feel like, we always go home for like a week, 2, or even a little bit longer, and I still feel like it's not enough time for all the food we want to try.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good problem.
Yeah? Lots of good stuff there.
Lots of good food.
You think I should... I don't know, we're good for everything else right now.
I was like, I don't know, what do you want? You just need the witches to give you, like, double what they're giving you.
They gave me a lot. I ended yesterday with 500 something, I just had to restock.
Yo.
I'm the kitty. I'm the kitty. Okay, so it's the cat, the social. Nobody's talked. You haven't asked to be talked to yet.
Yeah.
I guess.
He's vibing.
She does look like she's vibing. 12 skill?
Okay, we don't have Harmony Tea, so we need to unlock that.
Yeah.
And we've got the stuff now. Oh, we're short still. It's $2.50. It's an expensive
Is
one.
social an ambient thing you can get with like furniture?
No, it's she's now. It's watch. See, she hasn't asked to be talked to yet.
Gotcha.
I mean, if I could learn to be social ambiently, that would make me a much better person.
My God, the orders are just flooding in.
Like, now that I have hung out with Tina and Cheska twice, like, in person, and not just, like, at church, you know? I actually feel comfortable around them. I didn't feel comfortable around them until, like 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's true, you have not hung out with them in person that often, so... Sure, yeah.
We grew up in the same church.
Yeah, Tina and Cheska and me and Ian, all four of us went to the same church when we were younger. That's
I mean, like, I'm still friends with a lot of my church friends too. Like,
that's how we all met each other, which is why I still say I think it's one of the funniest things that Ian and I met in church, and neither of us are really religious at all. So, you know.
Yeah.
At least not in the organized religion sense where we're going to church.
I mean, I actively enjoy going to church. Like, I really enjoy philosophy and sermons. And...
I like the cultural and philosophical aspects of religion. I don't like everything else about it. So I don't really... Never really been a big fan of church.
You don't like Church the Cat from the Shadow Hunters?
Honestly, I would just go to, like, a philosophy or a theology class instead.
Yeah.
And I would get derive the same or more enjoyment from it, you know?
Well, I think a good pastor or vicar or priest, right? They don't only hound you with philosophy, because you are getting philosophy filtered through them. So you have to go in thinking, this person is trying to make a point to me and make me believe something, right?
Yeah.
But if you go in thinking like that, they are filtering their belief in philosophy through current events. So it asks you to apply philosophy to something tangible, more so than when you're in a philosophy class and they're like, I put a cat in a box, and it's both alive and dead until I open the box, you know?
I guess for me, it's just the fact that when I'm receiving a lecture from, like, a church environment, you know, I'm very aware the whole time that it is being filtered to me through a bias that I inherently don't necessarily agree with, which isn't bad necessarily, because I think it's good to have discussions with people that have differing views from yourself. But I just mean that the way that they're trying to teach the lesson, I'm not taking from it what they're hoping I would.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at it from more of a theoretical standpoint than...
But I think a good pastor, their goal isn't to make you, like, I think deep down they would hope that you would end up being, like, a God-fearing person, right? But I think... a good pastor's purpose would be to have you reckon with something theologically and philosophically difficult, which is something not enough people do, as exemplified by the world.
We're not good at dealing with problems, okay?
Yeah. Because if more people asked, like, you know, if they were like, it's Pride Month, and I'm annoyed by that.
Why?
They never think, why am I annoyed by that? And then they go, I don't really have a specific reason why I believe this is wrong, but my mom did for some reason. And then you're like, oh, okay, you know?
Then they just, like, blindly
But most people
follow or
struggle to chew on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alright, what are we buying? Sashimi, pancakes, omelets.
I love sashimi, hell yeah.
Complex grape juice.
But how is that different from regular grape juice?
Who knew grapes would be complex?
Is that wine? It looks just like wine. I'm gonna call wine that from now on. I'll be like, pour me a glass of complex grape juice. Uh-oh. There's a stove right there. We need a stove.
We got plenty of room in the kitchen now.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, like, I'm down to 10 hours of the Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
Non-religious homophobic people.
But I think those are the people who it doesn't make sense to them, right? Because if, like, you were bi and your only concern was, like, the procreation of the human race, which is, like, what sex is, you know, by nature's designed for. Because, like sentient, we're, like, one of the few species of, animals that have sex for pleasure.
I don't know, a lot of species have sex for pleasure. Well, I'm just saying they do. Go on,
I was
though.
like, name a few.
Dolphins,
Yeah.
any kind of...
Yeah,
any
but
kind
then
of,
again, like, if you...
chimpanzee,
like,
type of animal
and
like
these
that.
are all the kinds of species that also wage war and commit rape. Like you know, there's like a very interesting line there where like it becomes like kind of ominous when you get like the self-awareness to do those things.
I just think it's funny when people say that we're the only species. Because we are not.
Yeah, but out of the millions of animal species on the planet, we've got, I mean, it's probably more, but not that many. But, so, like, you know, a bisexual person, sorry, I just noticed a chair floating in the trees, you know, it would seem to someone who doesn't who thinks of it that way, that it's like, okay, they're seeking pleasure, but also the inherent drive of, like, carrying on humanity would work out of that.
I don't want to carry on humanity.
Whereas, like,
just gonna put that out
a
there.
toxic individual would maybe think, like, I don't, like, this is not how nature works. This doesn't make babies, so why is this happening?
I was gonna say, I think the reason that, if you're a non-religious person and you're homophobic, what it actually comes back to is the ingrained, sense of, you know what? It's the patriarchy. It's the toxic masculinity that we have succumbed to, and kind of feeling like, you know, the man has this role, the woman has this role, because that is how the patriarchy says that it is laid out. And if they do not fall into those very specific, where the feminine is more demure and, like, compromising, and the male is more, like, aggressive and, you know, they're the alpha type personality, then they're like, it just doesn't make sense to them, because, like, maybe probably in their household that's how they were, like, raised to think, is like, you know,
Oh, hello.
that's how it has to be.
Hello.
And they think that people who are gay are just, like, inherently weak or wrong because of the fact that they were raised in that environment, is what I was thinking.
But, like, I think the majority of people who are raised in that kind of environment are raised in a religious environment.
Probably, I mean, but
that was, like, the point of the question was, like, non-religious people.
well, I mean, not necessarily, though. Not necessarily.
But I also think it's, like, a bias for even if you're not religious, everyone's kind of raised vaguely in the shadow of the Vatican in the world, you know?
Get the Pope out of
Even the
my
Pope
business.
was like, there's more to being pro-life than abortion. They made like a public statement.
Yeah.
And I was like, go.
I know,
Pope.
they didn't, I remember the Catholics being upset about that.
Yeah. Well, this was like 2 days ago.
It's like, not my Pope. Oh, really? I thought he said this like 2 years ago.
He did like 2 years ago, but then with Roe v. Wade,
Oh, he said it again.
he came out and was like, shut the fuck up, you dumbasses.
I mean, ultimately, I don't really care that much what he has to say, because I really think that we need a separation of church and state, but we're not getting it.
You know, I might want to change my answer to the question of the day.
Oh.
Maybe I don't want to know the theory of everything. I want to know what the fuck is in the Vatican's secret archives.
What's down there?
Tell me.
Do they know something?
Yo, I can't wait to see that movie.
It would
The
be
Devil's
so
Light.
anticlimactic, though, if you went down there and they just had, like, it was not really anything very special, you know?
Yeah.
But what if you went down there and there was like a demon trap down there? That'd be sick.
It's just a recipe for bread.
Bread recipe. The first ever, the Jesus
It's
bread.
the communion wafer recipe.
The first ever communion wafer recipe, That would be so disappointing. But at the same time, I bet you could extort them for a lot of money.
I'm just thinking about how freaking good the ending of Marianne was and how we're never gonna get another season.
Deep fryer broke. Well, I mean, I'm glad you found a show that you like. I'd make it, obviously. I'd make the Jesus bread.
Oh, I was like, we're making Marianne.
I'd be like, I gotta see, what is this? I feel like it couldn't be that good or complicated. but I'd have to try.
Jeff?
Yo, what's up? Happy Monday.
Whenever I think of bread, I think of the rap battle that's Martin Luther King versus Gandhi. And Martin Luther King is like, flatten your bread, like, what does he say? Flatten your bread like something. And he goes, non-violence. It's so good. It's a great line. Rap so hot. I spit yoga fire.
Yeah, I'm coming up on finishing my third book that I've read this month.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for me. Though this is Cat Cafe, Jeff. We were just talking about taking down the patriarchy, settle in, welcome.
You know, like, sometimes we have like conversations on here which are very good, and I'm like, they're like conversations that kind of happen on Hassan's stream, but I fucking hate Hassan. Like, he's one of the most annoying people I've ever seen. I'm like, can we steal his viewership?
I feel like
his
go ahead.
Is much more, like, he's like really into the theory of like poli-sci and philosophy, so he could pull out like books like on the fly that were like, you know, page 15 of Thus Spoke Zarathustra.
Yeah, I don't know stuff about that.
We just are talking about our opinions, but
yeah. It doesn't mean that it's good. We might have horrible opinions.
I don't know, I think our opinions are pretty dope.
I think our opinions are pretty good, though, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I'm coming up on reading my third book this month, which I think is really good. Since I was really struggling to read more than the book of the month for our podcast for a while. And specific lines from books to seem smarter are dumb.
Alright, I mean, you don't have to come for me like that.
You know what? I think you're onto something. I think maybe those people, maybe they just quote other lines because they can't come up with their own good lines.
Well, and that's the purpose of literary survey, which is what you were supposed to do. If you were going to write a paper, it's Pride Month, so let's say on like a paper on like the history of homophobia or something, right?
Mm.
Before you even write your paper and have like conclusions, you would want to be like, my question is blah blah blah. Like, why does homophobia exist? And then you would want to read all the scholarly writing you could find on the topic, and you write a literary survey at the beginning of your paper that's like, these authors have already said A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
True.
And these points all support my thesis of this question. And
True.
you know, no one does that anymore unless you're a serious academic. Same law.
Takes a long time. Writing a paper like that would take like 10 years.
I love it.
It would take like a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it took me 2 years to write my master's thesis. It's fun. I like it. I really like writing papers.
My final paper that I wrote for my anthropology degree, because I do have a degree in cultural anthropology, I had to take a year-long course. I would just make it up. Just be like, I don't know. Yeah, trust me. Source, dude, just trust me. But I had to take a year-long course, and I ended up taking one where it was like a small, like, 7-person class where it's just like you guys and the professor. And the class was called The Anthropology of Violence. And we studied, like, violence in humanity, within cultures. and I had to write my final paper, and it had to be at least 30 pages, and I ended up writing it about the death penalty. So, good times. But you did, it's like you said, you had to like, I had to read like so many books, and I did it in like such
Where
a
is
short
this cat?
amount
I
of
have to
time.
come. Where are they?
He's stuck in the in-between, in the upside down.